Oh, wow. Jeez. Oh my gosh, that just... Whew. Feeling the energy of home through Robert's music, it's just so profound, and that exquisite violin and that angel playing it. Wow. Whew. Oh my goodness. I wanted to, I want to first honor the Cryon. I've never done that before, and I'd like to do that. Cryon is my ancient friend. Over 20 years ago, someone handed me the Cryon book one. I didn't know who Cryon was, or Lee Carroll, anyone. And he said, I was told to give this to you. I read the first channel, and as I was reading it, I was sobbing, just like this, and crying, and that beautiful energy of the Cryon and of home. And never would I have known that I would be here and come this far, and all the things that's evolved through the work of the Cryon. I've studied it and stayed with it for over 20 years now. So I'd like to honor my ancient friend. My ancestors have said to me that I come from a long line of spiritual kahuna and high priestesses from the royal line. In my tradition, we have the two sets of ancestors. The ancestors from the recent past, which is the Auma Kua Ikeau, and then the ancestors of the distant past, the Auma Kua Ikapo. The ancestors of the recent past are my Hawaiian ancestors, and they go back thousands of years. The ancestors of the distant past are my Lemurian ancestors, and they're yours. They've said to me before that I carry this pure Lemurian energy, and I come from a pure royal bloodline. And when I arrived here, I went to the mountain of Mount Shasta to honor it and to speak to it. And the mountain was expecting me, because the mountain called me here and said to come. And my ancestors who are with me now, wherever I go, I carry my entourage of my ancestors, and there are many of them, so it's crowded up here. So I sat and spoke to the mountain, and I received this channel from the mountain for all of you. I'm going to read it in a minute. But after it was done, they were saying to me about this lineage I come from, and all of this, and this royal bloodline, and all these things. And then they said, and we know that you have no idea what that means. And I said, no, I don't really. It sounds so beautiful. And I feel so honored and so special to, be doing this, but could you explain it a little more? And so they did a little bit, and then today I went outside and faced Mount Shasta again, and spoke to the mountain and asked for some more information. And I called upon Hale Makua. I said, okay, so now you've handed me the mantle. I got that part. I'm the first female kahuna to have the mantle. Wow. Okay. What does that mean? And he laughed and laughed and laughed, and he said, oh, you already know what that means. I said, I do. He said, yeah, you do. And so then they began to explain to me that it's about, there's two things that I know to be true about me, that I've always known to be true about me. And it is that the qualities that I have the most, that I love about me, is my pure heart and my compassion. It's just in all the days when I doubted many, many things, and had to overcome many addictions and many problems and very low self-worth and all those kinds of things, there was always a part of me that knew that my heart was pure and that I was compassionate. And somehow I've maintained that. So the mountains said to me, what you're doing is you're coming here, and all those different places in the world that you've been to, in South America, Mount Aconcagua, the Valley of the Moon in Chile, in Bolivia, Lake Titicaca. And everywhere I went, I took a piece of lava rock with me. I took a piece of Lemuria. I took a piece of Pele with me. And I gave it and I offered it. And I took a rock back in exchange. It was an energy exchange. And I did this in Mount Shasta as well. When I arrived here on the 8th, I went on the 9th. And did my chant and gave my offering and brought my Mount Shasta pohaku is what we call it in my language. And then they explained to me that when I do this, I'm bringing a piece of my lineage that I come from and connecting the energies of that little piece of rock that I'm bringing and that who I represent to those places, and then taking the energy of those sacred places, all those beautiful sacred sites that I've been to and power places, and bringing it back with me. And so they were saying something about there's the energy of the two creating the energy of the three, which is that third language, and it is also the energy of compassion. And that was why I was here, and that's why I had to come here at this time on the planet and at this event that we're here at, and why it was so strong, that there was something about the importance of my bringing that piece of rock and taking one and doing that. This is the first time I understood that that's what they meant. It meant that there was an exchange, there was the bringing of the energies of the two to create the third energy. And I thought that, I said, wow, that's such a beautiful thing. But I didn't know that when I went to all these different places around the world. I just showed up because the mountains called me and took pieces of Pele with me in the sacred land of Lemuria. So they wanted you to know that as well, and they said that it would have meaning for all of you at some point, and later on that it would even sink in me what they were trying to say to me. But there was a beautiful kind of quantum energy that was created that had never been here before, and by my doing that, by my bringing that rock, and by being who I am and the pure lineage that I come from, that was why it had to be me and it had to be a female. And Makua was saying to me today, you understand that this is about balancing the feminine energy on the planet with the compassionate energy, and you embody that. It had to be you. I tell people I cry all the time when I do this stuff. I cry when they play. I said, this time I'll go out there and I'll be really funny and I won't cry. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Mahalo nui loa. I just have a few minutes left, so I want to read this message to you. Take a deep breath and inhale, and this comes from the mountain, and it's for you. We, the stewards of this great mountain, greet all of you, both Lemurians and non-Lemurians. For all of you have heard the call and have showed up. You have all come. You've come with us for so much. You've come through so much, and so much has changed, and much has happened. And all of this is because of the work that you do. This mountain carries the new energy, and it didn't have it before today. It is the energy that sparkles. Sorry, I can't read my writing. Sparkles to humanity as a whole. Many human beings are awakening, and so many more than everyone ever dreamed of. The mountain celebrates them and you, all of you. Where there is much work to do, what has been done, what has been accomplished is far greater than you'll ever know. If you could only see how much you have changed in just 50 years, you would just be astounded. This planet glows, and it even sparkles. It winks to the universe and says, we're on our way. Look out, we're about to twinkle even more, and with colors never before seen by any of you. We are special, and we know it. Precious, precious human beings, divine creatures of the cosmos, you are honored. Let us enfold you with the new energy that we carry in this great mountain. Then take it home with you. Let it be like little seeds that you water with your love and shine your light upon so it will grow. Your future as a whole has a potential of such grandeur. Hold tight, hang in there. We're about to take you on the ride of your life. Can you feel the love? I offer you this chant on behalf of my ancestors. Mai ke akua, mai ke kukui, mai kalani, mai kamaluhia, mai kalani, mai ke ola. Mai ke akua, mai ina mea pau. Mai ke akua, mai ke kukui, mai kalani, mai kamaluhia, mai kalani, mai kahaoli, mai kalani, mai ke ola. Mai ke akua, mai ina mea pau. Mai ke akua, mai ke kukui, mai kalani, mai kamaluhia, mai kalani, mai kahaoli, mai kalani, mai ke ola. Mai ke akua, mai ina mea pau. From the gods, from the light, from the heaven, from the stillness, from the heaven, from the happiness, from the heaven, from the life, from the gods, from the giver of all things.